first days of my freshman year were very dramatic. I just lost a group of friends the year before, so traumatic. There was this girl I liked that didn't even want to be friends, that I got into drama with when nature came to an end. We signed a stay away agreement at the end of the year prior. When that contract had expired, didn't make things much dire. Immediately screwed up when I tried to make peace. Pushed her even farther away, how screwed up, holy geez. There were communication issues that just got in the way, but outside of that, things were bubbling up every day. In my geography class, there was this one dude. His name was Daniel Van Cleve, and he seemed really goofy. He was so goofy that I said, why don't we make a song together? Let's call it Goofy Boys. With that title, nothing could be better. Then we sat down at lunch to start writing the song. Little did we know we'd start going south before long. I had to move out of his class due to aforementioned drama. We didn't have be lunch together anymore, but no problem. We just had to make the song during a lunch instead. On the other day of the block schedule, we're sad. But the table we were sitting at was very hostile. They were being super evil, starting wars for a while. But we pushed through, finally dropped the song in December. To this day it remains the song that most people remember. Christmas break was really fun, I really enjoyed it. Got back into Minecraft again, I couldn't avoid it. But there's this one thing where my teachers would all compete to be my #1 favorite by a date set by me. The race stayed competitive, no one was looking back. We even had a funny moment where somebody burned some Easy Mac, cause they didn't have water, the smell stank up the building. It was really goofy, but the laughter could have killed me. The race got really close between Miss Kupka and Miss Bose. Miss Bose was still ahead, but there is one thing you should know. If Kupka had a big enough funny moment, she'd get ahead and steal the race from Miss Bose, fill Miss Bose with some dread. But one day before that funny moment could have taken place, there was a fire in the building and that ended our day. So Miss Bose walked away as the winner, okay? Miss Kupka fought tooth and nail for revenge, those were the days. My sophomore year started out like any other year. It wasn't hugely eventful till homecoming rolled near, when my friend set me up on a date with another guy. Didn't take long to find out it was a hoax. Just why? My mom was really upset, so she denounced all my friends. It was a tough event to go through, but I tried to make amends. The master coordinator of the plan was on the golf team with me. We passed each other by, and I looked at her awkwardly. In October, missing work started piling in my classes. Chemistry was torture in particular. Felt like passing every class would have been impossible to achieve. Not to mention my edge-lab German class was pain to the extreme. At least the teacher there was funny, yeah, his name was Mr. Ashford. Had some moldy pumpkins on his shelf that he'd had since last year. In December there was a dead fish inside of Gus's backpack in my algebra class. I don't think there's ever been a funny moment more exciting. There's no reason for hiding. As Christmas came around, there was more stuff to be liking. I was looking forward to finals when things got super festive, but those days got cut short with an illness was detected. I spent finals week sick with a fever in my bed, heartbroken thinking of what I was missing in my head. I got to return on Friday as a consolation prize, but you can't help but think it's Christmas as a disappointment, right? In the spring, my brother started doing baseball down in Manchac. It was extremely fun watching my brother swing the bat. He went all the way to championship, those are some good memories. Sophomore year was bad, but I guess it wasn't the end of me. If you thought my sophomore year was bad, my junior year was even worse. Just like my sophomore year, it wasn't that bad at first, but I struggled with the same problems as my sophomore year. Started failing classes again, I just couldn't see clear. Not only that, but the funny moments started to decline. Had some issues with my homeroom classmates, nothing was fine. Interest in my music was starting to dwindle. Playing music in homeroom, you can throw that out the window. Made a 2.0 was big on SoundCloud, but I swear it flopped. Easy Weasel was the only song I could get to the top. My junior year was the year that I had the least to talk about. Let's fast forward to finals, there's no way I can leave it out. At least I got to take all my finals unlike the year before. Had some good times at the starter break, couldn't ask for more. Then suddenly I started feeling pain up in my head. Next thing before you know it, boom, I'm sick again. It was even worse than last year, and it lasted longer. The cough lasted all break, the fever was stronger. This Christmas was an even bigger disappointment than the last, but I guess I could move on, leave the past in the past. January was the darkest time of the year. The weather sucked, music was so dark like doomsday was near. The Super Bowl was the toughest one I've ever had to watch. My art teacher was a massive Chiefs fan, oh my gosh. And I knew that she would make fun of me if they won. When the 49ers pulled ahead, I thought it was done, but then the Chiefs came back and won it in OT. I had no choice but to face humiliation, you see. My birthday was really good, we ate dinner at Willie's, but then my mom's car didn't start on the way home, how silly. Then in April my song Ian started to take off. I guess my junior year didn't end so bad after all. Did not expect much from my senior year after the 2 bad ones, but it was an amazing school year if I ever had one. Like the other school years, it didn't start out that amazing. In September, found some deep humor drama, how crazy. It was the same day that I made my economics teacher jealous with my laid up lay. Don't you have more stories to tell us? Well, yes I do. Homecoming was the best I ever had. Was in the middle of the circle with the yo-yo guy, so glad. In October, dropped Mansions, Evil Kaiten, and Pretender. 3 diss tracks in a row, all became hits to remember. But things didn't really ramp up until senior activity day, when we took the panoramic photo. God, there's so much to say. A week later, took a field trip to the San Marcos River. A week after that, I had the best Halloween ever. The weekend after that, I watched Big Soap for the first time. There were some super loud raid horns, it broke the line. Didn't think things could have been better from there, man, they sure did. This Christmas was really good, it didn't involve me getting sick. I watched my cousin's college graduation, really enjoyed it. My Jingle Bell Don't Jingle blew up, there's no way to avoid it. The night before Christmas, me and my family went to church. It was a memorable night, Christmas Day wasn't any worse. But the real kicker was 2 days after Christmas Day, when a seemingly random short popped up on Big Soap's YouTube page. It was about this thing called Butter Soda, which he didn't like. He had to finish it on stream. Later that night, the Vampire song came on, Big Soap got prepared, and he gulped the rest of the soda as the evil chimes blared. January was uneventful, but not February. The Super Bowl came around, and it was far from ordinary. I still had my Chiefs fan art teacher and a chance of revenge. If the Eagles could win that night, my vengeance seeking would end. Sure enough, the Eagles would give the Chiefs a massive whooping. I was smiling at how bright my future was looking, so I took a screenshot of Big Soap's L emoji. I had a plan with it, you can tell where this is going. The next day I went to art class, asked my teacher to hold my Chromebook while I went to the bathroom, how it's told. The picture of the L was right there on the computer screen. Revenge has never been sweeter, I know I sound mean. In March I took a trip to Universal Orlando. It was fun to experience as far as it can go. My 18th birthday was pretty good in addition. I felt alive knowing I'd almost completed my mission. Prom was also really good, I got to meet Skittles, but then after that my life started to shake a little. I spent about a month juggling, missing work. Senioritis is real, and it definitely hurts. But May came around as well as all the end of year events. Elementary walks were as fun as they get. The senior trip to Six Flags was super amazing. I rode just one ride, but did it 3 times, that's crazy. Then the senior breakfast came as well as the final walk. We all went home from the year, there was no time to talk. Then the ceremony came by before you know it, and the last thought in my brain was, wait, it's all over?